Hey there, people of the internet. What is up? This is Pat from BlazingTalonGames, and today is Pokemon Day. Or whenever you're watching this, if you're watching this tomorrow, it was yesterday. I don't know, but happy Pokemon Day. I know that Pokemon came out today, I think 1990 something. I don't remember the exact date, but I've been playing it ever since. I just want to talk about basically some of my experiences with Pokemon so far. My first game was Red. I enjoyed it so much, and I had Blue and Yellow. I basically have had every game so far up until the current one, Ultra Sun and Moon. If you haven't watched it, go check out my Pokemon Ultra Moon Let's Play. It just finished. Last episode went up last Wednesday. So, yeah. First, I want to talk about basically my top 3-ish battles from the anime, which for me was definitely Ash vs. Gary, Ash vs. Paul, and Ash vs. Tobias. And then Ash vs. Alon also. Those are basically my top battles so far. First one, Ash versus Gary from the Silver Conference. It was basically the final match of Johto before Ash basically it was how Ash ended his first set of journey, I guess if you can call it that. Because he had Kanto, then he went to Orange Islands, then went to Johto, which I guess Kanto and Orange Islands was a match in itself. I mean, yeah. So, those are just some of the top battles. So, but Ash vs. Gary, this one was basically when Gary finally revealed, or not Gary, Gary and basically the entire anime built up to it, to Gary revealing his starter, because they never showed it in the beginning. So, Ash, in the first episode, Ash pretty much just walked out, or Gary walked out, Professor X, my bad, and saying, "Oh, I got my first Pokemon," pretty much. So, yeah. And they just never revealed it. They was like, "Oh, yeah, I got this Pokemon." Okay, cool. What is it? Like, I'm going to show you. And they never showed it of the match they showed from Gary in the Indigo League conference. I don't think that they ever showed Gary's starter, who was, Blastoise, of course, who's one of my favorite starters. Yes, I love Blastoise. Basically, it's a mixture between Charizard and Blastoise. It's my top 2 favorites from Kanto, the starter game. So, because Charizard was my first starter, yeah, which leads into the next favorite battle, which is Ash versus Alon, who had a Charizard as his starter, who then, you find out he has a Mega Charizard X. Well, he was originally revealed in the Mega Evolution special. It was like the 4-part special, which then also collided into the next arc of the XYZ anime after that. So that was pretty cool. And then when they finally revealed, he's going to be the final match for Ash Sorry, I'm getting my regions mixed up today. Lol. Then you have, like I said, I was talking about Alon, sorry. But with him and Charizard, it'd been cool if they would have brought back Ash's Charizard to have a kind of a final match against each other. So, have Ash's Charizard, who'd been through a lot with Ash on his journeys, and then you have Alon's Charizard, who, can Mega Evolve, but still, a Mega Evolved Pokemon versus one of Ash's mods, who've been through so much. I could see an even, match up, even being un-Mega Evolved. But, that's just my opinion, though. And then, so, yeah. And the next one was Ash vs. Tobias, which I do like, seeing Darkrai for the, take legendary in a league conference. I was like, that should technically not even be allowed in the first place, because that's just too broken. Legendaries are broken, whether in the game or the anime. So I don't know, but at least because Tobias had a Darkrai and he had a Latios, the male one, which Ash did technically beat both those. Pikachu beat Latios, and then Sceptile technically finished off Darkrai. So yeah, but I don't know if that wasn't really much of a battle. It was maybe 1 or 2 parts. I'm not positive. I know Ash ended up losing that, but it was still a good fight. There's also Ash versus Sawyer, which that fight then led into Ash versus Alon, but Sawyer having his squad was actually pretty interesting regardless. His Fiber Card, he had Sceptile, he had Salamence, he had Slacking, which I hate. I don't hate Slacking as a mon, but just it's too OP. It reminds me of the vanilla Pokemon Coliseum with the final boss having the Slowking Slacking combo. So yeah, and then he also had an Aegislash and a Klutzer, and I don't remember the last ones, but yeah, I don't remember it, or just it wasn't important. Yeah, so those are some of the top battles, rival battles, or just battles in general I enjoyed from the anime. And then next are basically my top favorite mons, like just in general. Like, okay, I have a lot of favorite mons, so it's hard to narrow it down. One of those being, of course, Charizard and Blastoise. I love their typings, and Charizard was definitely my first starter when I was a kid. Of course, I was terrible, and I could hardly get past the first. This is younger me talking, so, but I eventually did make it to the end of the game with what skills I had as a kid, if that makes sense. But then I got to I think I lost. I don't remember. It's been forever. It's been quite a while now since I've played Red and Blue. I think last time I played Red and Blue unofficially was when me and my friend Anthony did our Red versus Blue. Like, it was probably an LP. We did it off screen, and we battled on screen kind of on Stadium 2. So yeah. And then also, it's tie up for the next set between Dragonite and Nidoking, because I love Dragon types for sure. I can hands down tell you that I don't really hate. I love Dragon types. The only Dragon type I kind of hate is Druddigon, because I don't really like its design. Its design just is terrible. I mean, if they would have done something a little better, I would have liked it a little more. But regardless, it's a Dragon type, so I kind of like it. So, but Dragonite, of course, being the OG Dragon type, it's powerful. So yeah, and then also, there was really nothing at the time to take it down, except there's ice types. But the ice type, I believe, if I recall, there was Lapras and there was Seal. Yeah. Seal/Dugong, that line. There's Cloyster. So there's quite a few ice types. My mistake. But still, there's basically no dragon types. And the only dragon type, I believe, or dragon type move, I should say, my mistake, was Dragon Rage. And I think Twister was technically a dragon move at the time. So, yeah. What else is there? Yeah, that was basically it. Next one is going into the Hoenn region, and it's a tie-up between my top 2 favorites from that region are, actually no, top 3. Sceptile, Torkoal, Ludicolo. Ludicolo is basically a freaking giant mariachi dancer Pokemon, pretty much, with a giant top hat. I mean, when I first saw him as a villain's Pokemon in Pokemon Coliseum in Mirror B's squad, like having like 5 or 6 of those, it was like the most badass, like awesome thing ever, and I loved it. That's why Mirror B is one of my favorite like villains, which he should have been canonized and put as one of the bosses in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon, you know, in the Rainbow Rocket thing. That would have been so awesome. He could have been like representation of Team Snag'em, but that would have been so awesome. But and then, like I said, Torkoal, which I love Torkoal. I have history with Torkoal. Like, I've used it so many times, like in most of my Let's Plays through Hoenn, like non-randomized, of course. Just a simple vanilla run through of Gen 3. I will try to use the Torkoal every time. I used it in my original playthrough of Ruby, and I used it in my in one or both my Let's Plays of my playthroughs of Alpha Sapphire. So it's good, especially if you give it like a Salic Berry after using whatever move it uses. Oh yeah, Shell Smash. There you go. Yeah, Shell Smash. I think that's what it is. Which basically will lower its defense for speed and everything else, but give it the Salic Berry, it gets those right back. So I basically had a friend. I have a friend that I go to school with, or he comes to visit. Back in the day, I basically destroyed his entire team with Shell Smash Torkoal, and it's still one of my favorite memories ever. Like, totally, it's awesome. And then you got and then I said Torkoal, right? Oh yeah, and Sceptile, of course, which I love Sceptile. It's I have to say, I love all 3 of the Gen 3 starters, but Sceptile I love the most because it's awesome. It has giant leaf blades on its arm that can just cut through almost anything. And literally, if you give it a move, it can also learn moves like Rock Slide and Thunder Punch, which can take out Blaziken, and then Leaf Blade can take out Swampert like fast. So, but they're also pretty neutral to each other. So yeah. But and then I said, okay, there we go. The next ones go to Gen 4. And it's a tie for me between Electivire and Infernape. I love the Electabuzz line. I'm always going to love the Electabuzz line. I just wish they would give Electivire a Mega Evolution. But that's just me. Because it would look badass having like a giant like spark plug like looking armor with, I don't know what it would look like, but Electivire, my moveset always for it is, at least the I like is Karate Chop, or Cross Chop, one of those 2, Psychic, Ice Punch, and Thunder Punch. And if I don't run Cross Chop, I will usually run Thunderbolt on it. Because Thunderbolt is a good powerhouse move on any mon, regardless. And then Infernape is next. Infernape, it's a firefighting monkey. I mean, I love monkeys. It's I don't know, I have no other words for Infernape. It's just amazing. Because it can pretty much burn Torterra pretty well. It takes out Torterra pretty well. In both its speed and stats and power. And then, come on. What was it? Empoleon. A water steel type. I mean, yeah, it's neutral to Infernape, but with it being fighting, it's probably going to take out Empoleon with like 1 or 2 hits. But what's funny, Infernape's my favorite Gen 3 mon. My buddy Glenn or I said Gen 3, I meant Gen 4 Mon. But my buddy Glenn, Empoleon is his favorite. And then my buddy Ken, Torterra is his favorite Mon. So it's kind of funny. It's like a trio between us, three of our favorite, yeah. And go to Gen 5? Yeah, Gen 5 is next. Gen 5, okay, this is kind of weird. I love Gen 5, but I didn't have a whole lot of favorites. But of the ones I did enjoy, it's Haxorus, Crocodile, and a few others. But none of the others really stood out too much to me. But I did. But among those two, I said Crocodile and Haxorus. Haxorus because it's a dragon, okay, but it has like giant like axe looking on its face, so it's basically a giant axe Pokemon that can cut through anything. I love it runs really well Dragon Dance on it. I can tell you that much. Dragon Dance, its power, Draco Meteor, Slash, and one other move. That's why I would try to run on it. I mean, there's a lot of good movesets on it. That's usually that's among the ones I run on it too. And then Crocodile. I love that Ash basically had a Crocodile in the anime. Basically, that was following it from the very beginning of the game, or as a Sandile, and then a Crocorock. And then Ash pretty much caught it as a Crocorock, and then trained it to become a Crocodile. And Crocodile's just awesome, especially like I said, mainly with it having the sunglasses. Why there seems to be a special Crocodile with the sunglasses basically crafted onto it. That would have been hilarious. But Crocodile, I think, is definitely a good line for any mod if you like Gen 5. And then I do like Serperior. Serperior is basically a giant grass snake. But it's speedy. It's powerful too. But Crocodile and Haxorus and Serperior, all good Gen 5 mods that I enjoy using on my team. At least that's why I used in my first playthrough of Black and White. Black and White 2 was a little bit different because I used Serperior, I used Arcanine, I used Electivire. And heck, I can't remember what else I used. I'd have to go back and double look myself. But yeah. And then you get to Gen 6, where there's a lot of favorites, in my opinion. But among those, I did enjoy all three of the starters. But of those three, Delphox was my first choice. And then Greninja was after that. I mean, they gave Greninja what do you call it? A Synchro Evolution, or not really Mega Evolution. It's a form change. So yeah. 1 second, I'll be right back. Hey guys, sorry about that. I had to stop for a quick second, but I'm back. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Gen 6 favorite mods of mine. Delphox and Greninja are two of those. At least for the starter point for area. I said I like Delphox because it's the Fire Fox pretty much. And I love it because it also has good power, like good stats and everything. I love, my favorite moveset to run is definitely Psyshock, or whatever it's, Mystical Fire. Well, Psyshock's one, Mystical Fire, Shadow Ball, and Flamethrower, yeah. Sorry, I haven't played my Gen 6 games in a while, so I can't remember what Delphox usually gets, but I think that's, if I recall, that's what I usually give it from any game. And then Greninja, like I said, it had the form change, the Ash Greninja form, which, if it would have been even cooler if in the anime they gave it Ash's regular Greninja Protean, then they could literally change its typing depending on what battle I wanted to and what moveset it had to use. But I also liked the story it had building up from the beginning up through the anime to the end, and then basically Ash releasing it, which why he did that. But yeah, Ash released it to basically become the Guardian of Kalos, or a Guardian of Kalos, in case anything ever happened again. So yeah. And then also, Talonflame. I almost forgot about Talon. He's the mascot of my channel, but it's literally a firebird, and it's so badass. It's basically, that's around the time I kind of started my channel. I was trying to think of a good mascot for my channel, and it just kind of stood out to me. So I'm excited to use it. But yeah. Oh yeah, and then also mods like Aegislash, Noivern, Gudra, more dragons, and then basically a shield and sword mod. All good mods I've used before, and I still enjoy using those to this day. So yeah, they're all really good. Especially Aegislash, like I said, being a sword and shield. It's weird though, but I really have no other words for how I can describe. I know Aegislash has been used in VGC and TCG pretty well. I'm not sure about TCG. VGC definitely is. I've seen it used on multiple teams. The stance change, or King Shield, Sacred Sword, and then a couple other moves, and you're good. You're golden. You're just golden for Aegislash. I'm not sure if it's used in TCG too much, but yeah. And then Alola, I mean, maybe one or two I like in there. I mean, me and my friend Anthony both agrees, like, there wasn't a whole lot of good mons to run in there. I mean, yeah, in Ultra Sun and Moon, they basically expanded the repertoire mons, but in the original, there wasn't really too much. Like, I did enjoy Decidueye and Incineroar. Basically, Incineroar was a giant, fire cat, and had I actually thought about it at the time, I would have named it Wrath, because I love Wrath in the Ben 10 series, the original one, not the reboot they just did. But Wrath, how he talks, but Incineroar basically reminds me so much of Wrath that I was like, why did I just nickname him that as a Lichen in the first place? That would have been awesome. And like I said, Decidueye, who to me basically is like a mixture between Robin Hood and Green Arrow almost. And then also as a Rowlet, it's pretty adorable. They're all adorable as a starter mod, but then when they evolve, they just get a lot cooler looking or weird looking. And the final form is just like, instant powerhouse almost. So you have to just train till you get more mods and stuff, or more moves and more power. I don't really know how you describe that, but yeah. Other than that, there wasn't really a whole lot of other mods. I mean, I liked Palossand, because in its water compaction ability, but it is a giant sandcastle. So other than that, I didn't really have a whole lot of favoritism towards a lot of the mons in Gen 6 or 7? Sorry, the Alolan forms of mons are pretty cool. I remember running in Alolan Raichu, because the Pikachu line, other than being the mascot, is actually really cool looking. Raichu is a really good mon, like in any generation it's in. You just gotta know how to run it properly, Thunderbolt, Iron Tail, Volt Tackle if you're able to access the Volt Tackle, Quick Attack. I want to say Surf, but not a lot of Pikachus can learn to surf, or fly. I think those are only version exclusive or movies. Those are only exclusives for a couple of the games. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to describe it properly. But yeah, because I never got a surfing Pikachu Actually, no, that's untrue. I got a surfing slash flying Pikachu when from Pokemon Battle Revolution. I wanted to say Coliseum in the next day, but like, no, that's not right. It was Battle Revolution when I finished up the I did one of the challenges or something. Or it was one of the no, it was for beating the game. That was it, or I don't know. I either got the Pikachu or I got a Electabuzz or Magmar or something. I don't know, but I know you can get it somewhere in that game if I recall correctly. Shoot. Oh yeah. So like I said, I also liked Alolan Executor being Grass Dragon. Why? But it's technically, I mean, make a Sceptile. Go back to Sceptile real quick. When it becomes Grass Dragon, okay? Technically, that is in the first Grass Dragon, but only as a Mega Evolution. But if you go to Alolan Executor, you know, technically it is a Grass Dragon, but it's not. But I don't know if I really count as a Grass Dragon or not. I don't know. Leave in the comment section below if you think it should or not, because it's kind of interesting. That's an interesting topic how you describe it. Sorry. I already talked about basically my favorite rival battles, my favorite mobs from each of the generations. Oh yeah. I want to talk about something real quick. So on my channel, you know, when I started this channel, I meant for it to be a Pokemon channel and then have a separate one later for other content. But then in the end, I kind of mix-mashed them together, which I think is a really good idea at first. You know, I still think it is. But if you remember correctly, my first real Pokemon LP. Well, I had a Pokemon LP and a non-Pokemon LP I started with. I had a Pokemon XD-Gale Darkness LP with Anthony, and we also did Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. That was the first non-Pokemon LP, so we kind of had those going side by side. But before any of that, my first direction to YouTube, if any of you have been around since I started, was my original Pokemon Leaf Green Randomizer Nuzlocke, where our starter was an Aerodactyl. I was recording that with my laptop at the time, my old Samsung laptop. At the time, it had very shitty audio. I'm gonna be honest, it had very shitty audio. I think I recorded like 3 or 4 episodes, and I posted like 2 or 3 of those. So, and I never made it through, but I went back last summer and I re-recorded the game. Our starter was a Regice. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. I'll try leaving the link down below for my Pokemon Let's Plays. But yeah. Otherwise, you know, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys had a really good, awesome Pokemon day. Leave in the comment section below if you guys did anything really awesome to celebrate the release of Pokemon all those many years ago. And I hope, you know, soon they maybe announce Gen 8 on the Switch, or a remake of some sort, or Diamond and Pearl on the Switch or 3DS. I don't know. But I don't know what's coming up next, but I can only wait and see. Oh yeah, and next Pokemon LP coming up soon on the channel, I don't know when it's going to be, will probably be my Pokemon Victory Fire Let's Play, which when I figure out more information about it, I'll post it somewhere. But until then, you know, that's just a quick idea. It might be the next one, might not be. So yeah, Pokemon Coliseum is coming along. I just started or start recording. I started recording it again after like a 3 or 4 week hiatus, because I was also trying to go back and record / finish up Pokemon Ultra Moon LP, because I was literally doing that since day one, like November 17th when that game came out, and there was like a small period of time where I was not doing it because of school and work and, you know, finals of school. So stuff got on the way, and also part of me being lazy, you know, didn't really want to record or finish it, but I had to try and push myself to finish it at nighttime. So I did that, but that is done now. I'll leave the link to the list below if you haven't seen it. Among some of my other Pokemon Let's Plays, if I recall correctly, I've done like 4 or 5. I've done XD-Gale with Anthony. Me and Anthony have also done a Gold and Silver race, Ruby and Sapphire race. I've done Ultra Moon by myself. I've done Leaf Green by myself. And I don't know, like I said, I'm working on Coliseum. We'll see where that goes for right now. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this I'm making it seem like this is a Let's Play episode. It's like, no. If you guys like this video, please leave a comment, smash the like button, subscribe, share the video if you're able to, hit the notification bell for when I post more stuff, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace out. Happy Pokemon Day.